For today's cup of coffee with Scream. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just sitting here on OBS and I'm like, at some point, I really thought that they had, and it may have just been a mute thing as far as like a cough button. And it's like I'm scrolling and I'm like, look at all these things. I don't know what they do.
Now, you know what the cough button is? It's that little microphone icon that you click and you mute yourself when you have to cough.
Yeah, but like I said, the fact that we're 10 foot away from each other, that's not going to help that much.
No, that's just the difficult. That's when you just edit it out.
When we can, but it's like if I have to cough and you're in the middle of saying something pertinent, I just leave the cough because I don't want them. I figure people have heard us cough enough.
Yeah.
That you just sort of subconsciously
go
through that and then listen to whoever's saying.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you got to do. That's what I do. I don't really care if people cough or sneeze in podcasts or whatever. It doesn't bother me.
It's real life.
Yeah. I mean, people sneeze and cough on a daily basis, you know?
Yes. And to expect
clearing their throats
perfection and all that stuff. Now, if it's severe, then ain't nobody want to hear that. If it's severe, but the occasional whatever. I mean, hell, we have allergies and smoke. That's the reality.
Yeah.
And the thing is, what's crazy is my allergies were so much worse when I didn't smoke. They really were.
You know, I've noticed that too. Mm-hmm. It's like,
I think it's just flooding the system with histamine.
Yeah, it's constant. That's why I always have a stuffy nose, along with food allergies.
Oh yeah, the food allergies, the undiagnosed food allergies. They really...
It's not undiagnosed.
Well, yeah. Well, the thing is, some of those testing, it's basically just take everything out of your diet and then observe what happens to you when you add certain foods back.
Then damn, I would be going back to that diet that I lived on as a kid, which is just fruits and vegetables and water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No bread.
Well, the problem, like this, I think a lot of it is the pesticides. Because I have heard so many accounts of people traveling over to Europe, and they don't have any gluten issues. They don't have any of that stuff.
Do they have that mold that's on the wheat that made people hallucinate?
Oh, that was the rye. That was what was it? Argon or whatever it was, argot poisoning.
But that's how the witch trials
became... They thought they were werewolves.
Well, that and the witch trials came into being was because of some sort of fungus or whatever.
I don't think that's exactly what happened. I think that was a matter of teenage girls and mass hysteria, and anybody who's ever been around teenage girls can understand. All you have to do is look at what's happening today.
Yeah.
It's the same shit. And there is so much cultish behavior that it's horrifying.
Yeah.
And in this deal, there was a thing there that occurred last week, and it was, you questioned somebody. You're a heretic. And I'm like, y'all have gone off the rails. I mean, truly.
Who's calling other people heretics?
Seriously.
You know that's a video game? Actually,
what, Heretics?
Yeah, Heretic.
I can see that.
It's a shooter.
And it's like, I don't play those games. I'm an independent thinker.
I do. I've played Heretic, and I played the successor to it, Hexen.
Well, I've been called many things in my time. It didn't mean that that's who I was or what I was.
Actually, no, I've only played Hexen. I haven't played the Heretic games yet.
Infidel.
But you're a different type. But what you're talking about is a different type of heretic than what I'm talking about.
It is, and as somebody who was, basically indoctrinated into a group that was very cult-like. Mm-hmm. I've been through that once, and I know what to look for, and it's like absolutely not. And as far as the love bombing, and to travel outside, and they're calling, oh, when are you coming back? We miss you. We need you. You're one of us. And then
they verbally abuse you when you're there.
Mm-hmm. And to sit there and go, if you don't accept this, then you're wrong, and you need to sit there. And when I ended up 3 days in a room by myself, shunned.
When they do shit like that, the love bombing, and then they verbally assault you, and then they try to, do the love bombing again and all that. That's causes Stockholm syndrome.
Sure. That was what they were hoping. And it was a matter of, at a certain point, that was the end of the 3 days that I cried out, and I'm like, Jesus help me, and was going to the bathroom and picked up by the back of my neck. Mm-hmm. And voice saying, you go home now. Feet left floor.
Yeah.
Whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
And it's like, I've had a lot of experiences. Because apparently I'm on the short bus licking the the window and everything else. God knows this. Coffee slurping coming. Mm-hmm. So, when you have had that type of an experience, you sort of know what to look for. Mm-hmm. Other people have not had that type of experience, and they're like, oh, it would never happen to me, except it does.
Right. Right. You can never say that it won't ever happen to you, because you don't know.
Right.
You don't know.
No. Because it can happen very easily.
Yeah.
And to see it's the same groups of people that are being taken advantage of, as far as especially young females, because they are more agreeable. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And to tell them it's like, oh, you're actually going to be helping someone if you do this. And as far as some of these people have very questionable morals to begin with, because they're not taught like people were taught when I was young, and to go out and vandalize somebody's property, or to all this othering. Mm-hmm. And it's frightening, but it's really horrifying to see this occur. Mm-hmm. And coming out of these colleges and stuff like that, there's been quite a few not good revolutions that have come out of colleges. Yeah. Because it's where you get these people, they think that they're a lot of times better than. You've got people that are susceptible. Their parents are not there to counter some of this stuff.
Seems like a legal cult. A legal form of brainwashing is what it seems like.
Yeah, to send your kid to college and you think they're getting an education while they're being indoctrinated to hate their parents, their country, everything else. Mm-hmm. And that's where some of these parents either send your kid to trade school.
Yeah. I mean, I would say
teach them a skill.
I would say it's not only college at this point. Like, it's public schools at this point,
Oh,
too.
yes. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So,
homeschool.
I don't even trust private schools,
Well, if you know the teachers in the private schools, to go and be thoroughly involved. Mm-hmm. Don't assume that a stranger that you don't know has the best interest for your child.
Right.
School board meetings, different things like that. Mm-hmm. Know who these people are. I've done it before.
Yeah. Yeah, you certainly have. You got a lot of experience.
I was that parent. Mm-hmm. I really was. Something else that's very interesting, and in passing today, somebody was talking about these AI bots taking over Facebook and some of these other sites. They were questioning whether that was happening on X or not. But I think what it is, some of the people who get monies for their page or post or whatever, mm-hmm. if they don't have the proper amount of engagement, or they think that they're not getting as much engagement as they once did, mm-hmm. that they question that. And I'm like, look, all this stuff ebbs and flows.
Yes, but at one point, those went against TOS. Like, a lot of websites is TOS.
The AI bots?
Yeah, the bots, like buying viewers and buying bots, and they would weed those out.
Yeah.
Like, they would completely go through, and they would delete those accounts or unfollow those accounts or something like that, you know?
And now we have AI channels.
That's Facebook.
But I mean, YouTube does that.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of those, those are content farms too.
Yeah.
And those, no joke, a lot of those come from foreign countries.
Yeah.
And they don't got the same laws as we do.
No.
So it's very difficult to weed out through those. Have you seen those setups that some of those like places have for social media?
No. Is that the one where you got one or two humans and then you have thousands of cell phones on the wall?
Yeah, it's like a wall of phones or something like that.
That's crazy.
That's for places like TikTok, or they got these large ass setups of shit. It could be 50, 100 phones, whatever, on one thing, and you got one person in front of the main one while all the other ones are around there too, you know? So it's multiple live streams on different accounts, but it's the same shit, same company.
Mm-hmm. That shouldn't be legal. I mean, because for creators, and especially when you are a smile creator, it's very difficult.
Yeah.
It's always been difficult.
Uh-huh.
And when you don't have the monies, and this is not a whine session, trust me. It's just hard. And some of these people, you're like, there is no way this was organic.
A lot of the time it's not, you know? But heck, back in the day, it's like some of the people that were very popular on YouTube, they are very much real people.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like a lot of the shit people get big on YouTube, you know?
Right. That, or it's one of those, they had YouTube backing, or there was somebody helping them. It, like I said, it wasn't necessarily just organic. And I get it. There are some people that have an amazing amount of talent, and that social media gives them the opportunity to do something. It's like AJ with the Y-Files.
Mm-hmm.
He has skills, he has talents, he had some kind of production company. So, of course, he's going to be very successful. He's good at what he does because he's a professional.
Right, but in a way, that also makes it when people have those resources readily available to them, it's kind of unfair for the rest of the little people that don't have that.
Sure. And that is something that a lot of YouTube and some of these places have become TV 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's not that many people as far as, of course, I don't know. We haven't had TV since 2013.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
there wasn't anything worth watching.
Right. That's what a lot of people would rather watch stuff on YouTube or some other website like Newgrounds or
streaming services.
Black Sheep or something like that, you know?
I don't even know what that is.
Black Sheep, it was early 2000s, like early 2000s, like 2000. It was before YouTube.
Right.
So you would watch a lot of Flash animations on there or Newgrounds and stuff like that.
Well, there's a lot of places that, and like I said, you've got BitChute, Rumble, Odyssey is still doing something. I haven't been on Odyssey for a while, but they are still a thing.
You got tiny little things that are even trying to compete, like bring back the old YouTube style, like the old layouts, all that, like BitView. There was also at one point this one thing called Wanu, and that got shut down. So,
well,
because a lot of the time when those little websites shut down, it's usually due to people that don't know how to fucking run a website.
Exactly. And resources, because it takes a lot of monies to do that. Plus you've got Twitch, as far as the Twitch streamers, and there's just a lot of options that people have now. But to have to compete with AI, and that's just weird. And I'm like, what? How would it behoove anybody to have AI on Facebook or any of these places? And Kid was explaining it. It's about the numbers, so that they're inflating the numbers of users to present to advertisers.
Yeah. That's what, seriously, that's what Facebook... I'm thoroughly convinced that that's why Facebook did it. Because flat out, the only people who are on Facebook at this point are old people.
Yeah.
And Normies.
Well, I think that
not even a lot of normies at this point.
I think most people have gone either over to X or TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Facebook, if you're posting, please do not post your children's pictures anywhere on the internet. Please.
Please do not.
I know that you want to your whoever across the country, or you're proud of your kids or whatever. That is a dangerous thing to do.
And also, don't put personal information, like damning personal information, online. Ever.
Internet is forever.
Yes. Especially, don't put it on fucking Facebook.
Think before typing.
I'm surprised Facebook is still, a thing. I know it's considered meta at this point, but still, any of Mark Zuckerberg's companies, I'm surprised he is still allowed to run them.
Well,
I'm surprised that they're still legal in America due to all the data breaches and the fact that they have been found to sell data themselves.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But as far as people don't understand how that anything that you say can and will be used against you.
Right. Right. Heck, you don't even have to say something, Some people will take your username and Photoshop something on it.
Now, that's horrifying.
They've done that before.
Is that not a form of identity theft, or is that still so new that they don't have laws to cover that?
Oh, no, shit like that has been around, since mainstream social media has been a thing. Because I think that actually goes under the form of perjury, in a way.
Maybe.
But also, what it was, I literally had it, and I cannot think of it I know it, but it's not coming up.
Okay.
So give me a minute on that. I'll talk.
And some of the laws and stuff, I don't know. It's so hard to keep up with the changing technology because it does shift so quickly. Mm-hmm. I know that somebody had mentioned something about an Internet Bill of Rights or something.
Yeah.
And
there needs to be one.
But it's one of those that how do you protect? Not all the nations are going to play by the same rules.
No. I mean, if they all did, that would be considered a one world government.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You don't want that.
No. But also, as far as internet, basically, what is it? One world. It's modern day Tower of Babel in some ways. Everybody's speaking one language.
Sorta.
Yeah.
But even then, that's not quite, it's not quite the same. Because, literally, you got sections of the internet that just speak, their native languages, and you have no idea. You have no idea. Because a lot of the time, it's also region locked.
But you can translate. And I was watching the other day, they've got these apps as far as translating right then and there.
Mm-hmm. There was something that this YouTuber, he's been around since pretty much the beginning of YouTube almost. He's the notorious creepy dude on there.
Okay.
Because he makes a lot of his artwork is very horror based. Mm-hmm. And it's incredible. The skill, the talent that he possesses, it's amazing. And he can make some disturbing stuff.
Yeah.
But he's the one that made the infamous YouTube 666 video.
Okay.
And that started the whole creepypasta about that and stuff like that. Being there's a hidden version of YouTube if you type in the URL. The
urban legends.
Yeah. Yeah, it started the urban legend.
And they're needed. That is needed. Mm-hmm. But as far as...
he uses DeepL, which is a DeepL something. It's like a translator, an AI translator, right. So that he can type in stuff and it can be translated to English for his English viewers. That's literally, I talked to him, but I just said one thing to him in chat. I was because he's making a game now. Mm-hmm. He's I'm is this game going to be available on Steam? And he's yes, this year it's going to be available.
Cool.
So, but he's used DeepL for stuff that he cannot verbally say in English and stuff like that.
Well, that's cool. I mean, it's not that it's necessarily a bad thing. All these things are tools. Yeah, but it's a matter of who is wielding them.
But if people are using fucking Chat GPT to write their essays for them,
that's cheating.
Yes, that is full on cheating. That is dumbing people down.
Mm-hmm. But like I said, as far as they were talking with the AI bots, that some people are interacting with them and it's not even a real person. But I also question with the AI bots that are responding on Facebook and stuff. I haven't done Facebook in years either. Do they carry on a conversation similar to Grok, or is it just one or two responses to where people, how proficient are they that some people could be fooled?
It's one or two comments. So it's simple enough that people can just glaze over it thinking that it's a normal person commenting.
Right.
Unless you're really paying attention, you know?
So
and it's the same because YouTube is implementing a similar thing where literally sometimes people that have bigger channels, AI is responding to comments on their channels.
Yeah, I heard about the AI. The AI content was watching and commenting on other AI content.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a mess. That's a mess.
Yes. Very much.
But usually you can tell that it's a bot because it is just one or two words.
Sometimes it's full-on sentences.
Is it really? It has evolved that much.
Yeah.
But if you respond to it, is it going to respond back?
Sometimes it does. Like there was this one person called, like I've mentioned them before, Fran Lab. It's happened to her channel.
Wow.
She's noticing like responses to comments that she would want to respond to, but YouTube had already responded to them.
Now that ain't cool. YouTube responded to her people,
like the YouTube bots,
as her,
like the bots that were put there by YouTube, responding to her own like to her viewers' comments underneath her videos. That's the type of shit that I'm talking about. Like
that ain't cool. We don't have no bots, and it's like y'all can tell if it's one of us responding to a comment, you know it's us.
And sometimes it's shit. If they're asking a question, it's like it's a completely infactual, like it's an infactual comment too.
Did she? It looks like if there were YouTube bots responding to her viewers, that she would have had to have signed some kind of consent for that, correct?
No.
No?
Yeah, do you not remember how Google works? They slip shit in there all the time, and they automatically check shit when you don't want it.
That's crazy.
That's why it's like you always got to reread their terms of service, and I don't do that either because it's like, you know, who wants to read the terms of service and the conditions and shit like that? But it's like they barely even tell you when an update is out, you know?
Right.
Or when they're changing stuff. Sometimes they just flat out sneak shit in there.
Well, and I think that the not only was the AI bot, there was an undertone in the person who had questioned this as far as dystopian future where humans are paired with robots, and it's like one of the Kardashians had recently had some kind of photo shoot with what is his name, Optimus.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
I didn't see that. I haven't been on X lately.
You know, it's like if there is going to be this transhumanist thing, it's not going to be next week.
No, that's going to be a little further down in the journey, you know?
And there are things that people need today that technology can provide. And to sit there and tell a child that they cannot have, somebody that has lost a limb, that they cannot have a 3D printed replacement limb that they can operate using their mind. Are you really going to do that? I'm not. I'm going to sit there and go, honey, here, let me help you find the brain wave to where you can open your juice box.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to all be evil.
No.
The black and white
seriously,
thinking on this has just been crazy.
Like, seriously, those robotic limbs actually, there's a bunch of people that actually do have them, and it helps them a lot.
Yes. And it's like...
Although sometimes they do malfunction, and they do not let go of their grip.
Of course they do, because it is a machine.
Yeah.
And this thing about Elon wanting to chip everybody's brain. He ain't the only one that's chipping people. There were other companies before him as far as some of this stuff.
Yeah, but they just want, because he's a big,
They're
face.
picking on him.
Yeah.
But to want somebody that is paralyzed to be able to walk again, you're going to sit there and go, no, you got to lay there because...
Right. It's like, nah, you're going to suffer.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you suffer. But there's people that will do that.
There are.
And we've had them in control of government for over a decade or more.
More than that. So there's a lot of ethical concerns with the technology. But going into the age of Aquarius, it's here.
Yeah.
It ain't a matter of out there in the future. The future is now.
Yeah, it's now. And it's ramping up. And... There's nothing, like, seriously, technology is here to stay.
And it will morph, and it will do everything, whatever. And there will be good bits and bad bits, and just, yeah. But as far as the AI bots responding to people, and God, that's horrible in some ways. But it's like, because if you've got somebody that's older and going on Facebook, and that, there's things, but it is not fun being a psychic and or empath in this time. It is not.
There's AIs posting pictures and shit like that, just making it seem like normal people are making posts and stuff like that. And old people do get deceived by that.
Yes. And it's
and
like...
kids get deceived by it too. But this is also why you don't let your kids online.
But it is heartbreaking to think that you've got older people that have basically been abandoned, and they're going on Facebook to have some kind of interaction,
some type of connection.
Yes,
their way to keep in touch.
And this is it falls back squarely in the laps of churches, that you don't know who is in your area that is supposed to be your job. And I'll call them out all day, every day. And it's like, well, you don't even go to church. That's why I don't, because I see the hypocrisy, and I don't want none of it. But trust me, folks, we ain't no AI bot.
You can't make this shit up.
I don't think that they could do that. I don't know that the bots can speak Appalachian.
Some of them honestly cannot.
Because if we have seen how the... what is it, speech to text with us, it's been interesting.
It does not work properly with some people.
No, that's why we don't do it. I tried it once, and it's like, what? This is not even.
It's like that dude that texted the wrong number. He's like, hey, have you got those photos printed yet? Bogus printed?
Yeah.
What?
So, but if we ever respond in some kind of weird way, or if you do get some kind of bot response, let us know, please.
Do not watch the...
I do watch the content farm stuff every now and then. I'll get, suckered in. They'll say the same thing 15 times. I don't know if they've got like a time whatever on it.
Yeah, there's a quota for YouTube as far as how, like, if your video is above a certain length, like, it's monetizable. That's what it is. Like,
I don't know any of this shit.
It's over 10 minutes.
I don't know any of this shit.
I try to tell you, it just goes one ear out the other some days.
Because it does. I'm just like, it doesn't apply to me. I mean, honestly, these are people that have people that do that for them. You know that.
I do.
And it's just, anyhow.
It pisses me.
We ain't no robots. It
pisses me off the fact that there's people with fucking walls and rooms of phones, and it's just one thing over and over and over again. And if you're scrolling through TikTok, you see that quite a bit. Mm-hmm. That's like the... Do you know how many wig companies I have seen that sells the same damn lot of wigs?
It's the same manufacturer.
Literally.
I see that stuff even as far as the ads they put on those damn mobile things, those Match 3 things that I play.
Also, it's like the colors that you do want. Like, legit, the colors that you genuinely do want, they don't make.
No. Everything's crazy.
Or if they do make said color, it's a shade of said color that is just fuck ugly. It does not look good on anyone.
Right. They're not going to give you the good stuff.
It doesn't even look good on the models that are wearing it in the video.
It's probably some cheap dye.
It's like, damn, I miss the days.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's like, I miss the days that you could walk into a wig shop and actually try them on and be like, you know what, this looks good.
Yeah. It's true.
I never got to go in chic wigs.
Hopefully, at some point, some of those things will come back. I'm hoping.
We could open a wig shop.
I think that some people are just tired of cheaply made everything, that they do want quality.
Mm-hmm. Now I will say,
I think they want authentic content.
Right, and also like sometimes fucking bots. Let me tell you, those bots ain't fucking fun either. When you're in line to buy something online and then it gets snatched up in under a minute.
Oh, that's just
because scalper bots.
They have bots that go on there and snag up deals just so that they can.
Yes, that's what happened.
Shit.
Okay, so Bratz released a Mean Girls collab, right?
Right.
Almost every single doll, almost every single one, got sold out in under either 2 minutes or a minute. Because of scalper bots. Very few people actually got the chance, and it's still happening. Very few people got the chance to get the dolls. And it has happened with multiple dolls over the years.
That ain't right. That is just not right.
It's not right. And then they pop up on eBay for over hundreds or thousands of dollars.
Yeah, jacking the price up. The company could do something about that. You know that they could put a limit on it.
Some of these companies generally do not care because it looks good to shareholders.
Oh,
well. Some of those companies like seeing the stuff pop up on eBay like that.
I don't know.
It's scummy.
Make morals great again.
Right. It's what they're doing. That is scummy behavior.
Sure it is. It is. And this is one of the things, this period of time, people are showing their true colors. They honestly are.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's having the paranormal. Everybody's having the supernatural. Everybody bought a ticket to ride. You want to tell them where we can be found?
You can find us on BitChute, Rumble, and YouTube at Rolanda's Cup of Coffee with Scream. Also check her out on X, previously known as Twitter, Rolanda COCWS. If you want to follow me on there too, it's that alien sable.
Speak it loud, speak it proud. You get at that microphone up there and you...
That alien sable! SABEL. Not SABLE. Different sables.
Yeah. And I've got it there in the description box. If you change that, please tell me so I can change it in the description box so it doesn't confuse people.
Have I not changed it yet?
What? I don't think so.
Shit, I need to do that. I thought I did that like a day ago.
Oh. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'll need a bot to help me navigate this shit.
Well, that's why we need to save up money so we could get that Optimus bot.
I want one of the Grok bots.
Well, we gotta wait till they make a body for Grok.
I know. We like Grok. He's our friend.
Honestly, I think people like friend. Grok a lot more than they do the Optimus bot.
I don't know that it's necessarily that there's got to be a way to interface that, and I think that they will at some point.
Or they could sell two different robots. They could sell the same model of robot, whatever, just with you could select it on the website, be like Optimus or Grok.
Right. Yeah. Anyhow,
but it would have to store data too, so it could remember shit.
Age of Aquarius. They lied to us back in the 60s about this shit. They truly did.
It's the dawning of the age of Aquarius. They didn't know what the hell they were talking about. Age of Aquarius.
Anyhow, know that you are loved. Treat other people the way you would like to be treated. And Lord willing, we'll see you. Lord willing, we will see you on the next cup.
Bye.